What's up? I'm back for another video, making my prediction video again this week. We got a pay-per-view this weekend. Tomorrow, it's Poirier and Holloway 3. I haven't been doing well on my main event predictions. I haven't gotten a single main event prediction right. If you look back on this channel, I picked Buckley, Hill, Oliveira, and Teixeira. That's on me. That's on me. And 3 of them were favorites, like Teixeira, Hill, Buckley. At the time the fight happened, they were favorites, so that's on me, though, for real. But this one I'm going to get right, for sure. But I'm not going to start there. I'm going to start at the beginning of the card. It's like not a good card for pay-per-view. It's a good fight night, but not a good pay-per-view. Just based on the amount of talent that's in the UFC. They can make so much better pay-per-views, man. It's just kind of ridiculous. So it's the first, let's start the predictions. But I just wanted to say that real quick because if you look at like UFC 299, there's no reason why the UFC can't be doing that for every pay-per-view. I don't mean every week. I mean like every pay-per-view should look like UFC 299. For sure. Like that should be... Or UFC 298, like UFC 298, UFC 299, and UFC 300, that run of cards was like very, 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 very good. And all those cards at the time were like really good cards. I was like, okay. Especially 299. But anyways, we got 318 in New Orleans for Dustin Poirier. This entire card is built around Poirier. And so the first fight is Carly Judas versus Nicole Cagliari. And I'm going to pick Carly Judas to win. I picked against her last fight, and she got a first-round KO, I think. Because the guy who she KO'd had a first-round KO of herself on the Contender Series, I think. And then, she ended up getting the knockout, so it looks like she has a little bit of finishing ability. I'm going to be honest, I've never seen Nicole fight before, the other one, but I'm going to pick Carly Judas to win. Probably by decision, but she's got power, and probably just like 30-27. Yeah. It's not showing the odds, by the way, which is good, because like I don't like seeing that. It kind of sways my opinion, but this one, Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh, doesn't really make sense to me. It's a tough debut for McVeigh. I was picking McVeigh to win his original debut last week, but his opponent missed weight and actually got cut for missing weight. I was going to pick McVeigh to win, and he was an underdog in that one. He would probably be an underdog in this one, too, and it doesn't make sense. It's a tough debut because Bruno Ferreira has beaten some really good guys. I mean, he went to war with Magomedov. It was 1-1 going into the third. He knocked out RoboCop, and he just beat Stoltzfus and who did he just beat? He just beat the guy who Shara Bullet knocked out with the spinning back fist. By sub, I think it was like an armbar. Kind of a close fight. But Bruno kind of won that with ease at the end. It was like, okay, yeah. Armin Petrosian. So I'm going to go with Bruno to win probably by KO. Bruno has a lot of power. I mean, he knocked out Gregory Rodriguez, and that's all I need to say, to be honest. I mean, look, this guy's 6'4" that he's fighting, tall guy, 77-inch reach. So he's got the reach advantage and the height. He's at a height and reach disadvantage, but he'll close the distance. He always makes it scrappy. And this guy just debuting, but it means that they trust him. If they're putting him against Ferreira, it means they think highly of him if they're putting him against Ferreira in his debut. But I think Ferreira's just going to be too good for him. It's going to probably be a knockout. Or he takes him down and submits him. But I could see the long guy having a slick BJJ going on. You see these tall guys. I just have a feeling the way he looks, it looks like he's got some slick BJJ. Might be tough to submit him. But I'm going to go Ferreira by knockout because he's got dynamite in his hands. Probably second round KO. Ryan Spann versus Lucas Bresky. Yeah, Lucas Bresky shouldn't be in the UFC anymore. I think they're keeping it around because he beat Walter Walker. Maybe they're trying to get Walter Walker versus Lucas Bresky 2 going on. I don't know. But for real, this guy Lucas Bresky is terrible. I mean, he has no chin. And Ryan Spann has Letterman skill because he was moving up from light heavyweight. He hasn't really won a lot. I mean, Spann, you always are like picking Spann. You're like, he has a chance to win, but then he never wins. And there's definitely something not that you shouldn't look over. Because, like, obviously if someone isn't winning, even though they're kind of close fights or whatever, it's hard to pick them if they're not winning. But he won one fight, you know. I feel like he won a fight recently. Who did he beat? No, he hasn't won a fight recently. His last win was against Dominic Reyes, which is a great win. But he's fighting good guys. I mean, Waldo Cortez Acosta isn't bad. We saw that. He just beat Sergey Spivak. So I'm going with Spann to beat Bresky, probably by first round knockout, just because Bresky has no chin and Spann has a lot of power. So with the lighter man's skill, with the fundamentals, I'll pick Spann first round KO. This one, Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Originally I thought Crute, but then I realized, and this is similar to the last one, where it's like, okay, this guy, I might pick him, but you think, okay, I'm going to pick this guy, but then you're also like, wait a second, has he ever won a fight? And Jimmy Crute hasn't won a fight in like the past 5 years, so I don't know how you can pick him. Like, if you're picking him, I don't know why, because it's like he doesn't have the ability to win fights lately. He hasn't won a fight in 5 years. You know, he hasn't had his hand raised and the other guy's hand down in 5 years. He's had 2 draws. But, like, that just shows that he chokes. He's unable to do that little bit more than he needs to do to win. He had the nerve thing with Anthony Smith. He got knocked out cold by Jamal Hill, which is honestly just funny at this point because Jamal Hill actually sucks. That might have been, Jamal Hill just might be washed because of the injury, but I don't think he's that. I think Jamal Hill was always just that trash. And that just shows that Crute is terrible. Bellato didn't look good against Craig, and he drew with Bellato. Like, he had one moment in the first round, knocked him down. But then he clearly lost the second 2. Crute gasses out, and I think if you're going to be Prachnio, you gotta have a good gas tank. Prachnio's a great karate guy. When it's on the feet, it's going to be just a Prachnio schooling. The only hope for Crute is take him down, submit him. I think it could happen, potentially. But Crute gasses out, and I think Prachnio might be able to defend early. You know, late in the fight, I think he'll quit. Because he did quit in his last fight against Bukauskas. He quit. Like, Bukauskas had the arm triangle on the wrong side, and Prachnio tapped. He didn't have to. He could have done a little bit more to defend. I just think he was uncomfortable, and he tapped, and I don't like that. I don't like picking people who are quitters. Crute's not a quitter. He just gasses out. You know, he just got tired. He's not a quitter, though. But it's hard to pick somebody who gasses out because you're kind of hoping. I'm hoping if you're picking Crute, you're just hoping he gets a first or second round sub, and I could definitely see that happening. But I actually don't see that happening. I really don't, because I think Prachnio will be good at defending takedowns early, and Crute is not going to be able to mix it up in ways that his other opponents have. And I'm going Prachnio to stuff the early takedowns, just piece him up on the feet, maybe KO him, because Crute is chinny. Like I said, he got knocked down the first round by Hill with ease, and Prachnio could catch him. If not, I think it's just a schooling, like just a 30-27 schooling from Prachnio on the feet. Maybe like Crute wins one round by control time, potentially. But I'm just going to go Prachnio by decision, yeah. And then the next one, Islam Dulatov versus Adam Fugit. I'm going to go with Islam Dulatov to win by first round knockout easily. Adam Fugitt is just will never wow you. You'll never you'll never be like, wow, whoa. Like, you will never say that watching Adam Fugitt fight, man. It's just like, okay, yeah, he's there, and he's in the fight, and he's fighting, and he's a decent fighter, but you'll never be wowed by him. But that's not why I pick people. It's not about that. But it's like, Fugitt is just like an NPC. He's just an NPC UFC fighter who can beat he can beat bad guys. Guys that are bad. I mean, guys that aren't good. But he will lose to anybody that has skill and can mix it up. And I thought his last fight was a robbery against Josh Quinlan. I thought he lost that fight. And somehow they gave it to Fugitt when I thought he clearly lost. But either way, man, it's gonna be a first round KO for Dulatov. I don't see how Fugitt wins this. Unless Dulatov gets very tired because all of his fights are finishes. And the one loss he has was by decision. So it seems like it's either first round knockout or he's losing by decision so far. His gas tank might not be the best. And that could be worrisome for me. I mean, because Fugitt does have a gas tank. If nothing else, he has a gas tank. And if Dulatov has trouble getting him out of there, he could gas himself out. And that's like my biggest fear. It's like Bonfim against Dalby. I mean, Bonfim was beating the shit out of Dalby, and then he just gassed out, man. And this is something that could happen. But I'm betting that, this guy's like a model. How committed is he to fighting versus modeling, probably transitioning? Is he running a couple miles every day? Or is he like, it's fine. I'll just knock him out in the first round. It won't be a problem. I'll be fine. What's he thinking? I don't know. But I think that he's thinking, I'm going to get him out of there. And I think there's a good chance that happens. And that's what I'm betting on. Dulatov just will knock him out in the first round with a flurry. And Dulatov in the future, I'm going to pick against him, especially if he looks tired. If it gets out of the first round, he looks tired or something. I just have a feeling he's going to gas out because he goes so fast. Not many people can do that and not gas out. So we'll see. But I'm going to go Dulatov first round KO is my official prediction. And then Ateba Gautier versus Robert Valentin. Robert Valentin shouldn't be in the UFC anymore. I mean, it's funny how he's seen as a grappler, but his 2 losses were by dominant grappling decisions. Or wait, Loder submitted him. No, it's just funny how Valentin is seen as a grappler, but his 2 fights in the UFC were both losses by grappling. So I don't know what he really does. I don't know how he's going to beat Gautier. Grappling? Maybe a better grappler than Gautier, but by a little bit. But this isn't a jiu-jitsu match. He's getting punched in the face, And Gautier hits like a truck. Not only that, he is patient. He's not going to rush in. More patient than Dulatov. He's going to set it up. It's not like he's low output, though. He's going to set it up. I mean, he's like Ngannou from Cameroon. I think that's where Ngannou's from. He pieced up that last guy he fought. Medina, I think his name was. Hit him with a knee up the middle. That guy was emoting on him the whole fight, and he just hit him with a knee up the middle and put him to sleep. That fight wasn't close. I don't think Gautier is going to even want to bring it to the ground, but he probably could. I think in terms of jiu-jitsu, if this is a jiu-jitsu match, Valentin maybe has the edge, but wrestling, striking, power, speed, everything is on the side of Gautier. And Valentin just won't beat him. He won't beat him. This is not the guy that's going to beat Gautier. Valentin, this is his last fight in the UFC. I'm sorry, I think you have cool tattoos, man. I don't even know what they mean, but they look kind of sick. And I was rooting for you against Loder, and then you got destroyed, and And Finney, Mr. Traps beat the shit out of you, man. I can't pick you to win. Gautier has a loss, though. I'm not sure what it is, but he's not undefeated. I'm going to look that up real quick. I'm going to look up how he lost, because I don't know how he lost. I'm confused. He lost the split decision in a second fight, but ever since then it's been first or second round KOs, yeah. Maybe he needed that. Maybe it was a mentality thing. Same thing with Dulatov. Both of their first or second fight. It was a decision loss, and ever since then it's just been first round KO. So I'm going to pick Gautier by first round KO. Expect Dulatov and Gautier to knock them out in the first round. It's gonna be a good couple fights there to watch. I gotta make sure to tune in. Actually, I'm gonna be at the Cubs game though, sadly. But tune in. Like, if there are two fights that, like, say you're a fan and you're having friends over, or just your family doesn't really watch, but you want to turn it on and just show them. Those two fights. Like, if you can have it on for Dulatov, Fugit, and Gautier Valentine, just turn it on for those two. Because if they don't like that, then they won't like the UFC. Prado versus Veretennikov is next. And it's an easy pick for me. I'm picking Prado. And because I just can't pick Veretennikov because he's not UFC material. And he's a quitter. And I can't pick quitters, you know? I can't do it. But Pragnio's a quitter, though. And I'm picking him. Maybe I'll have to switch. Pragnio's a quitter. But not as much as Veretennikov. I mean, like, there are degrees of quitters. I'll say I can't pick someone who's as much of a quitter as Veretennikov. Like, you know, Valentine is kind of a quitter as well, but I wouldn't be opposed to picking him in the right matchup. It's just Kevin Holland's kind of a quitter, but I wouldn't be, like, I'm going to pick him later. There are degrees. And the guy who's as big of a quitter as Veretennikov, I can't pick him. That fight was awful. It was horrible. It was a disaster. I mean, I don't even think he landed a single strike the entire fight, man. He got destroyed. And you knew it was coming. You knew the takedown was coming, and it didn't matter. Like, you knew the takedown was coming from Vanderford, and it didn't matter. And Vanderford's not that good, man. Like, Veretennikov, 6 losses. 12 years older than Prado. I think Prado, he, like, looks so short. You always think of him as, like, this midget, pretty much, but he's 5'10" at welterweight, which isn't even that short. I think it's just because his head is so big. Makes him look short, but he's not that short. He is at a reach disadvantage and a leg reach disadvantage against everybody, but I think he can close the distance and knock Veretennikov out. Maybe even mix in the grappling. If he has the right game plan, Vanderford laid the perfect game plan to beat Veretennikov, whereas, like, Prado is a tough guy to beat. You got to be very fundamental and tricky on the feet to be able to outland him and beat him. And I think Veretennikov on the feet may be a little bit better, but Prado, I think, will be able to put together a game plan where he stays close enough on the feet, maybe even knocks him out and just mixes in the wrestling a little bit and beats him that way. It should be an easy win for Prado. Let's move on. Vettori versus Allen. It's funny seeing these two guys on the prelims because they were both just in main events not too long ago. In terms of who I'm picking, a little backstory is that these two guys got in a fight at a casino not too long ago. That's the whole story behind this matchup or whatever. And, Allen coming off a loss to Anthony Hernandez, and Vettori just got destroyed by Dolidze. Just got clearly beat by Dolidze. And I'm like, I didn't watch the fight. To be honest, I was watching, like, the stats on my phone. And I saw Vettori was up on the striking numbers, and I was like, okay, bet. But I was like, then they showed the scorecards, and it was 49-46 for Dolidze. I said, wait, really? Because it seemed like Vettori was winning based on the numbers. I don't know what happened in the fight. I don't know. And I'm not going to watch it. It's not worth my time to watch that fight. I mean, I'm not going to spend my life watching Vettori versus Dolidze too. Not happening. He got 49-46, so he clearly lost to Dolidze. And I can't pick somebody who lost to Dolidze to beat Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen won the first round against Anthony Hernandez, and he won the first round against Nasruddin Imavov, and he was going... It was honestly like a fight IQ thing. Skill for skill, Allen is very, very good, but against Curtis, Imavov, and Hernandez, it seems like he has a pathway to win, but he doesn't take it. I'm kind of worried about that low fight IQ against Vettori. But I feel like he's just too good to where he's so much better to where the fight IQ thing isn't going to really lose it for him. So I think he'll take him down with ease. He's got way better BJJ. He's got very slick BJJ. Probably faster on the feet as well, better on the feet. Could knock him out. I know Vittori's got like the best chin ever, but he's very inactive, and Allen's been staying active, man. I'm going to go with Brendan Allen to win this easily. Just like a 30-27 decision probably on the ground, and maybe he locks up a slick submission, but probably 30-27 on the ground. All right, moving on to Vinicius Oliveira versus Kyler Phillips. Vinicius is my guy, man. I always watch him, and he always wins, but they always have him as an underdog, man. Like, Nurmagomedov, no one was picking him to win. Against Simone, underdog. Like, underdog, and now he's, I don't know, I can't see the odds, but I think he'll probably be a favorite now. Against Kyler Phillips, like, who was Kyler Phillips beat? I don't know. He's ranked 12 for some reason. Oh yeah, he lost to Rob Font, beat Pedro Munoz, Ronnie Barcelos, beat Song Yadong, I guess. That's cool. Beating Song Yadong, that's a good win. But I'm not picking anybody to beat Vinicius, to be honest. Like, Vinicius beat Nurmagomedov. Vinicius mixes it up so well. That he's so good everywhere that I really can't pick him to lose. I can't pick Vinicius to lose to anybody in that division until you get to the very top of it, you know. He's going to get to the top. He's going to get to the Umar, and he's going to get to the Umar, Sandhagen, O'Malley, Merab. And he's going to lose there. Maybe not. I mean, maybe he beats Sandhagen. You know, maybe Vinicius beats Sandhagen. Not Umar. Not Merab. Probably not O'Malley either. Maybe he out-wrestles O'Malley. But anyways, Vinicius is a beast, and he's going to beat Kyler Phillips pretty easily. He could knock him out, but I'm going to pick probably a decision. Probably like 30-27 or 29-28. Moving on. Daniel, this is a long card. It's a big card. I'm just getting into the main card now. So it's Daniel Zellhuber's back versus Michael Johnson. I'm going to pick Daniel Zellhuber. He's so young. He's so quick. And yeah, he took so much damage against Ribovics, but he took enough time off to where he's healed. He's better. Johnson is so old. I mean, Johnson, like, he was good in the past. He's just not at that level anymore. Zellhuber's younger, quicker, faster. Like, he could just do everything. Like, if you're picking Johnson, you're like, oh, he's going to catch him. Yeah, but Zellhuber's chin is so good. Like, he survived that beating that Ribovics put on him, and he stayed on his feet. So I'm going to pick Zellhuber. Like, he's just not going to lose. He's going to win probably by just a dominant decision. And then Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. I picked Yair to beat Pitbull. Like, that was a no-brainer for me. And, of course, he destroyed him. And I'm not even that high on Yair. It's just I'm that low on Pitbull. I don't think Pitbull has it. I thought the Ige versus Woodson was an early stoppage, and I had Woodson up 2-0. Yeah, I had Woodson up 2-0, and Ige got an early stoppage. It was a really, really weird fight. But Ige's Ige's like taking a round off of Lopez on short notice, like 4 hours notice. He's knocking down Lerone Murphy. He's destroying Andre Fili. He's beating the guys he's supposed to. And he's losing to the guys he's supposed to lose to. Ige is just going to be ranked 11th for the rest of his career. I think Ige was born ranked 11th in the featherweight division, for real. Because he just is always right there. Because, like I said, he doesn't beat the guys that are better than him. Like, he loses to the guys he's supposed to lose to, and he beats the guys he's supposed to beat. And he's supposed to beat Patricio Pitbull. Therefore, I'm picking him to beat Patricio Pitbull. Because Ige's just better everywhere. Patricio Pitbull might not... He's like a low UFC level guy. And it sucks. Tough pill to swallow for the Bellator guys. I apologize, but it's the truth. And let's move on to Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Some of these fights I feel like I don't even need to break down that much. Just Kevin Holland's going to beat him. Kevin Holland can knock him out. Kevin Holland can submit him. Kevin Holland can outpoint him to a decision. Rodriguez really has no path to victory. I don't know what his path would be. Out wrestling him, but he's not big enough to do that. I think Holland's going to win this with ease. Yeah. Probably I'll just pick I'll pick a knockout. Kevin Holland by KO. Second round KO. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Man, a lot of these are obvious to me. It's like Roman Kopylov is going to destroy Paulo Costa with ease. I mean, Roman Kopylov beats everybody except for like Anthony Hernandez. Roman Kopylov will outstrike you. And if you're not an elite wrestler like Hernandez, you're not going to beat him. That's the only way to beat him is to be an elite wrestler like Anthony Hernandez, and then you beat him. But you can't doubt Kopylov to just beat somebody on the feet. Unless you're getting out-grappled. Unless you're out-grappling him, you will not beat him. And Costa's saying, I'm going to knock him out, man. That's not happening. Costa will not knock Kopylov out. Unless for some reason Costa decides, I'm just going to go back to my old ways and say, fuck it. Like he was against Hendricks. Like he was against Uriah Hall. But this version of Paulo Costa, the guy who's getting 50-45 by Strickland with ease, not even putting up a fight. The guy was losing to Marvin Vettori. I think, didn't he lose to Marvin Vettori? When he missed weight, he still lost to Vettori? He did. Yeah, he's so bad. He's so bad, man. And yeah, he's going to lose. He's going to lose to Kopylov. Kopylov's going to maybe get him out of there. More likely, though, just the 30-27 clean, outstriking decision masterclass from Kopylov. Now, it's the main event. It's the BMF. No, forget about the BMF belt, dude. That's a joke. But for real, good fight. One of the best fights of the year. Poirier's last fight ever. It's sad. It's going to be a good one. They built this card around him. It's in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's where Poirier is from. The fairy tale moment is Poirier knocks Holloway out, or Poirier snatches up a guillotine and Holloway taps. And that's that. Poirier retires as the BMF. The belt goes away forever, and everybody's happy. Except for Max fans. But I don't think that's how it's going to go. Although this card is built around Poirier, and that's what it seems like the UFC, that's what they want. They want Poirier to win. Max doesn't care. Max wants to win. Max wants to be the BMF, and he wants to go fight for the lightweight title. I mean, he still has a career left. Poirier's career is over. And that's another thing. Holloway has more to win. Holloway has more to lose. Poirier, this is it for him. He's done either way, so he's going to try to put on a scrap, and like he always does, but I don't think the result matters for him as much as Holloway, man. Holloway wants to win this shit. I'm picking Holloway. I don't think Poirier's like takedowns and wrestling are good enough to out-grapple Max, and Max is going to be too fast for him. I just rewatched Holloway versus Gaethje, and oh my gosh, that fight was complete destruction for Max. Except for that one moment where he got dropped briefly in the 4th round. He was winning every exchange on the feet. He was winning every single, like, everything that happened was in favor of Holloway in that fight. Like, Gaethje got demolished in that fight. It was going to be, I would have scored it. The 4th round still could have been Holloway's round, even though he got knocked down. Because even though he got knocked down against Gaethje in the 4th round, before that he was way up. So I honestly think you could have scored the 4th round for Holloway. Still, like, even though he got knocked down, he was destroying him. So, but just because it's a knockdown, I guess I'll give the round to Gaethje. Sure. But Holloway won the first 3, lost 4th. And the 5th was about to be a 10-8 before that knockout. So it would have been a 49-45 for Holloway. I mean, Holloway clearly won that fight, man. He was up 30-20, yeah. And Gaethje knocked out Poirier. I'm not going to say MMA math. MMA math never works. But I mean, there's a reason why. Dude, I'm picking Holloway to win. 50-45 will be... No, it won't be 50-45. It'll be 48-47 or 49-46. I think Poirier can make it close. Poirier was making it close with Islam on the feet, but Islam also had staff, so it's like, it's kind of a wash. I rewatched Poirier versus Hooker, and like, Poirier lost the first 2 rounds. Also, the first Holloway fight could have gone... It was like all the scorecards were 49-46 for Poirier. But you can make an argument that Max won that fight, the second one. Like, it's a bad argument, but like, it was a close fight. It was really close. Same with the Hooker fight. Poirier's always in these scraps. And that's a different version of Holloway. Holloway's a lot better now. He's had a way better bulk up. Like, the way that he looks now versus the way that he looked at that first fight at 155, he looks so good. He looked kind of chubby in their first fight. Now he looks slim and he looks big, muscular, strong. If Poirier can really mix in the wrestling, I think he'd win. But I'm gonna pick Max to win by 49-46 decision. That's my safe pick. Because he just looks so damn good at 155 when he bulks up properly. And Poirier is a lot older. Not significant, not like an insane amount older, but he's older, and I just can't do it. I can't pick Poirier to beat Holloway right now. Not in the version that both these guys are in. Yeah, I wanted to pick Poirier. I really wanted to. And if he wins, let's say he wins by guillotine, I'll be so happy. I think it'll be great if Poirier wins. I'll be happy for him, man. But I can't pick him to win. It's my official prediction. My official prediction is going to be Holloway 49-46. But either way, I'm trying to keep these videos shorter. I feel like my videos are always way too long. This one, 35 minutes. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, if you're watching this right now, I love you. God loves you. And, but I don't know. I don't even know who's going to be watching this. But I want you to know that. And, yeah, God bless. And yeah, tune in. Tune in tomorrow. It'll be a good fight. So, peace out.